The deadliest initiations in human history. Here are some initiations you would probably die from if you attempted. Initiation Rite of Passage number 1. Land Diving Ritual. On one of the 83 islands of the country Vanuatu, named Pentecost Island, this deadly initiation rite is performed to test the masculinity of tribesmen. It is an antecedent and the earliest form of bungee jumping. The origin of this death-defying ritual comes from a legendary woman in Pentecost Island who was not satisfied with her husband and clambered up a banyan tree to escape. After successfully tying vines around her ankles, she jumped off the tree. Just a little later, her husband also jumped after her and died because he could not tie lianas around his ankles. This is why the people of this Pacific island believe that the growing men in the town have to prove their masculinity by completing this incredible challenge. The deadliest land diving begins from a 20 to 30 meters long tower constructed over 5 weeks with a sequence of scaffolding platforms. Young boys from the age of 7 and above choose to jump from the height that best suits their age. Once a man commits to jumping, his mother throws any item from his childhood off the tower, demolishing the remnants of his childhood days and symbolizing his transition into adulthood. The day before they jump, they are not allowed to have intercourse because it is believed that having sex can cause the jump to go skimpy. The man who jumps off the tower has a goal to brush his shoulder against the surface of the ground. To help him prevent from striking the ground, the special forms of vines are tied around his ankles. The creaking tower bends, and the tight vines jerk violently around the diver's legs. In the end, their bodies halt just scarcely off the ground. However, even if a little thing goes out of the way, it can easily crack his skull, which will in turn end up in death. This is why this rite of passage is listed among the deadliest initiation rites in human history. Initiation Rite of Passage number 2. African Lion Hunt. While the rest of the Maasai tribe is sleeping at dawn, the African lion hunt begins. Known for its unique culture and traditions, the Maasai is one of the best-known tribes in Africa. African lion hunt was a very challenging and arduous rite of initiation, destined to filter out the bravest warriors in the tribe. To get ranked among the strongest warriors, the skilled boys in the tribe undertake this challenge and prove themselves the most courageous warriors in the tribe. They were provoked by their elders to go on a solo lion hunt so that it would indicate their personal achievement. Before departing for this incredible danger, a group of the most substantial boys called Lemuluea meet near a local landscape and are encouraged by the experienced warriors of the tribe. To make this challenge more intense, the boys were asked to target only the male raging lion. Above this, the hunters were also not supposed to target any sick or imprisoned lion on their way. Years later, the population of lions in the Maasai tribe began to shrink remarkably, and lion hunting became more difficult. Even though Olomeayo, a group of hunters who ensured their success in the most terrifying initiation rite, was honored by the tribe throughout the rest of their lives. Anyhow, hunting one of the most dangerous male lions all alone in the towns of Africa is undoubtedly one of the deadliest initiation rites of human history. Initiation Rite of Passage number 3. Bullet Ant Gloves of Amazon. Amazon is one of the oldest native tribes of Brazil, and the Saterema people living in the Amazon invented the most brutal initiation rite of testing manhood. This passage of the initiation rite was about enduring through the ant sting. The young men living in the Amazon tribe were forced to place their hands into specially crafted gloves filled with hundreds of bullet ants. These bullet ants were first rendered unconscious temporarily and then woven into the mittens. The young men were then asked to place their hands into the gloves filled with hundreds of bullet ants for up to 10 minutes. The bite of each bullet ant was as painful as a bullet shot, hence named bullet ant. The man who commits to accepting this challenge is continuously pricked by the bullet ant for up to 10 minutes and is exposed to extreme misery. The ant's sting is so intense that it even prevents the man from covering and protecting himself. Above this, the most unusual and distinct aspect of this terrifying bullet ant sting is that the young men of the tribe have to repeat this ritual 20 times over several months to demonstrate their masculinity. Initiation Rite of Passage number 4. Matis Excruciating Trial Hunt. Living in isolated zones of western Brazil near the deep jungle areas, Matis Indians are one of the most remote tribes of the Amazon. Before reaching adulthood, the young boys of the Matis tribe had to prove themselves worthy by hunting among the experienced men in the tribe. To pass this initiation rite of passage, one must first undergo a complex and intricate trial of 4 stages. The first trial of this series puts a man in danger and great pain with a complex task of self-blinding. A concoction of bitter poison is directly put straight into his eyes. Once the sight returns, the task is believed to improve the sense of vision. The next trial involves whipping the young man with the stems of rattan plants. This brutal whipping was believed to improve the indolence. The challenge becomes more complex with the passage of each trial, such that in the next step, the poison of Philomedusa bicolor from the poisonous frog, native to the jungles of the Amazon, is then injected directly into the bloodstream of the young boy. Above this, if a man proves his resilience and does not vomit at first, he is brutally injected again with the same poison. In the end, it is preceded by the frequent events of lightheadedness and violent vomiting. The frog poison is supposed to improve the masculine strength of young boys destined to show their adulthood. Next comes the final trial of rubbing a man's body against the poisonous leaves, which results in painful rashes all over the body and lasts for more than 24 hours. If he survives this, he is considered worthy of important hunting trips in the tribe. Initiation rite of passage number 5. Spartans Hel Killing. You would probably be familiar with the Spartans and their intense training in child combat trials from the film 300. Hel Killing is believed to be one of the most interesting rites of passage of ancient times. A young boy at the age of 7 was enrolled in a goge under the supervision of a boy herder, an experienced statesman assigned with the task of supervising the education of the young boy. This initiation began with 3-stage trials of a goge. If the young boy is a standout and extraordinary student at a goge, he is then allowed to go on a complex and challenging training with Krypteia, which is a security force organized by the rulers of Sparta. After celebrating his 18th birthday at a goge, the young man is sent to an unknown country with nothing but a knife and is assigned the chore of killing as many state-owned slaves, also called helots, as possible. This is why this initiation is named Hel Killing. The next stage is the stage of transition, when the young man returns to Krypteia after going on his quest to kill as many helots as possible. If he is still alive, he comes to the final stage of his transition, in which he reincorporates into society as a strong future warrior. The initiation rite of Hel Killing thus follows a process in which a child at the age of 7 is first disconnected from society and is then enrolled in a deadly training of killing helots for as long as 23 years to prove himself a fearless young man of the society.